pastor in Simi Valley, California, went to his local Costco and he noticed something a little strange about the Bibles that they were selling. There was a price tag that said $14.99, and underneath they categorized the Bible as fiction.
Drums!
Now, this was something that he felt very upset about, and he went so far as to talk to some of the employees there, and he was looking for some answers, because how dare they show that they are not tolerant of the Holy Bible and its nonfiction ways. That's according to him. But the reality is no one really knew what happened. A reporter contacted their corporate headquarters, and a spokesperson there said it could have just been a human error, no big deal, but that was all that they had, probably because it might be likely that it was a human error. No one knows what their intentions were, but they feel that this was religious intolerance.
Okay, so I love some of the quotes here. First of all, the pastor said all the Bibles were labeled as fiction. It seemed bizarre to me. I'm like, wait a minute, what part of that is bizarre? You have a 7-headed dragon in Revelations. It would be bizarre to call that nonfiction, don't you think? I mean, at the very least, it's a metaphor, which seems like it's more fiction than nonfiction. Now, look, they say that you could put it under religion or religious book or inspiration. Right. That's fair, and that's what they should put it under, right? But to be like, whoa, you think this thing's fiction? The walking on water, the virgin birth, the 7-headed dragon? Yeah. Come on, dude, the woman being created from rib? But the guy literally believes it's a fact, and he's flummoxed by this.
Yeah, so I'm of two minds on this. On one hand, I feel like if you are a believer in your religion and you have faith in it, it shouldn't matter what anyone has to say about it. You know, you shouldn't take it so personally. I feel like people who have certain beliefs and certain core values are so protective of those core values that if anyone ever says anything negative about it, they freak out. And if this show has taught me anything at all, it's to have thick skin and not let people get under your skin. Just do your thing, have your beliefs, and that's that. But at the same time, if this was done intentionally, I don't agree with it. You know, why are you going out of your way to, you know, make fun of a certain group of people?
Well, it's not making fun. It's accurately labeling it. It is fiction. Okay.
But it's done intentionally to annoy them and to get under their skin.
By the way, I can nearly guarantee you that it was some store clerk who was like, not thinking, just label it, right?
Exactly.
So I don't think it was like, so Costco's progressive, right? So some people are like, And I say Costco's progressive, it's a corporation, how could it be anything, right? But at least their CEO is progressive. They pay their employees so much better than Walmart does.
Yes, let me give you...
I love that now being like decent human beings to your employees is considered like a wildly liberal thing to do.
Yes. So the name of the CEO is Craig Jelinek, and he was actually in favor of the Fair Minimum Wage Act of 2013, which aimed to raise the federal minimum wage to $10.10 per hour. As Cenk mentioned, Costco does pay its employees more than just the living wage, an average about $21 an hour, which is incredible, especially when you compare that to what employees at Walmart are making. And another thing that I found fascinating was back in 2012, Costco spent about $500,000 on political action committees and organizations that were run by Democrats. So they gave money to the Democratic Party. So it does show you that they are, they are slanted liberal, which is good.
But also, by the way, being decent to your employees so they can have a living wage, that would seem to be the Christian thing to do. Wouldn't it?
That would be the Christian thing to do. But look, capitalism trumps Christianity. Okay, profit motive trumps Christianity. None of these people really care about Christianity when it comes to their pocketbooks.
I know, but that's what's so great about this story. So here's a company going out of their way to be decent so that their employees don't have to beg, et cetera. Like the Walmart employees, we just did the story, they're doing charity for their own employees in their own stores, right? Okay, because they don't pay them a wage that they can live on. But they happen to label the Bible fiction. Oh, Costco's the devil. Okay, so listen to more quotes. People are pretty shocked and upset, the pastor says. We're supposed to be living in an era of tolerance, but what Costco did doesn't seem too tolerant. But think about the fascinating, mindset on that. If you're not tolerant of me telling you that my mythology is a fact, then you're an intolerant person. But why do I have to accept, and you can call it a religion, I don't even color it with mythology. Why do I have to accept your religion? And if I don't, I'm being intolerant. Accept your religion as a fact, as nonfiction, right? That's not intolerant. We don't agree. We don't agree. I mean, if they
Look,
label...
you can't see his point of view a little bit on this. And you guys know I'm agnostic. I don't believe in Christianity. I don't believe in any religion whatsoever. Okay, my mom's like pulling her hair out right now, but it's the truth. And so, but I can see why he would be upset about this if it were done intentionally, right? It is intolerant. It's going out of your way to be like,
crazy.
I don't believe. I don't believe in your religion.
Okay, now
like
look.
it's so unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. That's all I'm saying.
No. Look, I'll agree with you on this.
Yeah.
If you have the option of religious or inspirational, etc., and you choose to go with fiction, then I see what you're saying. It's a little rubbing it in your face.
Yeah.
If your only two options are fiction or nonfiction, I'm not having a debate. It's not
Those
effing
aren't
nonfiction.
the only two options.
Okay.
And it's not like they have like these labels that are set in stone.
Probably what happened with the labeling, and I know we're guessing here, right?
Yeah.
Is that the person labeling thought, oh, fiction or nonfiction? I guess not nonfiction, so I'll go with fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what went through their head, it's the most understandable thing in the world. Now, the pastor who's, really upset about all this, and by the way, I love that he discovered this problem, and his church is the Discovery Church. So that's fun. He says, I doubt that they would label the Quran as fiction.
They probably okay.
I don't doubt that at all. If they label the Bible fiction, of course they're gonna let. You think Costco's like they're so liberal that they're like the Quran is a fact, but not the Bible. Costco in America, okay? Come on, dude. See, but that's what I'm saying. They're mental about victimhood. They're like, oh, they're the victim. Oh my God, crucify me again. I can't believe you called my Bible fiction. You wouldn't do that to the Quran. Of course they would.
They're very sensitive about what people have to say about their religion. And it goes beyond Christianity. I think most people who are religious are that way. And I don't really understand why that's the case. I think that's why, in a lot of cases, the most right-wing people in the country are against education. Because if you are more educated and you believe in science, you believe in logic, you're less likely to believe in your religion, or you're at least more likely to be critical of it. So whatever. I mean, I don't think anyone should be fired. I don't even care. To be completely honest with you,
fired? No way.
I don't care
No
about
way.
any of this. Like, if he got his feelings hurt, sorry, dude. I see your point of view. I can understand why you're a little upset. But my advice to him would be, get the fuck over it.
Okay, that we totally agree
Yeah.
on. So for the record, that's not what Costco says. Costco says it's a human error at the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
They say we didn't do it on purpose. And but of course, it's never enough. Another pastor, Pastor Jeffress, Robert Jeffress, says, let's hope Costco's explanation is true and not the result of having been caught attempting to marginalize the very foundation of Christian beliefs, the Bible. I'm so amused by the idea that they would gather up in Costco headquarters trying to figure out how to make money, which, by the way, they're pretty good at. Even though they were great to their employees, they made over $1 billion last year. They're pretty healthy. Like they they're like, how can we undermine Christian beliefs? That's a conversation that has not happened, and you'd have to be wildly paranoid to think that that's what they're doing. Look, if anything, corporations are amoral. They don't give a damn about your morals one way or another, right? Here's a corporation that, ironically, is actually maybe the most moral one out there, right? And to think that they're out there trying to undermine people's faith system is ridiculous.